Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to dive into a fascinating topic, the incredible value of the 2013 1-cent coin. Most people think of it as just a penny, but there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. If you've ever thought about coin collecting or wondered about the rarity of certain coins, this video is for you. Let's jump right into the history and value of this remarkable coin. The history of the US 1-cent coin. The story of the US 1-cent coin goes way back to 1793, when the very first penny was struck at the US Mint. Over the centuries, it has undergone numerous design changes, reflecting the changing times and ideals of the United States. From the classic Liberty head to the iconic Lincoln cent, these coins have held great historical significance. As you can see, the 1-cent coin has evolved over time, but the 2013 version is particularly interesting. Let's talk about how it came to be and why it's causing such a stir in the numismatic world. The 2013 1-cent coin, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a shield on the reverse, was the standard issue coin at the time. It was produced in large quantities by the US Mint and was initially valued at, you guessed it, 1 cent. The surprising value of the 2013 1-cent coin. Now, let's get to the exciting part. While most of the 2013 pennies are worth just, well, 1 cent, there's a very rare exception. In fact, there are reports of a specific 2013 penny that could be worth upwards of $200 million. Yes, you heard that right. $200 million. So, how did a simple penny become so valuable? Well, it all boils down to a mistake, a huge mistake made by the US Mint. In 2013, a very small number of 1-cent coins were accidentally minted with an error. These coins were struck with a double die obverse, meaning the image of Lincoln was stamped twice on the coin, making it extremely rare and incredibly valuable to collectors. Double die coins occur when the die, or the stamp that strikes the design on the coin, is misaligned. This results in a doubling effect, where the image appears to be layered on top of itself. While double die coins are a well-known type of minting error, finding one from a recent year like 2013 is virtually unheard of. Most examples of double die errors are from much older coins, which makes this mistake even more valuable. The $200 million penny, the rarest of the rare. Coin collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for rare pieces, but finding one like this? That's a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. You see, in the world of numismatics, rarity equals value. The fewer there are of something, the more it's worth. And when it comes to rare coins, especially ones with such an error, prices can reach astronomical levels. To give you an idea of just how rare this particular coin is, it's estimated that there are only a few known examples of this double die 2013 penny. Some experts believe the number could be as low as 1 or 2, making it the rarest coin from that year. But the rarity isn't just about numbers, it's also about demand. The right buyer, with deep pockets, could easily pay $200 million for this coin. So how did this coin come to be discovered? Well, it all started when an eagle-eyed collector noticed something strange about a 2013 penny he found in his pocket change. Upon closer inspection, he realized that the coin had the distinctive double strike error. When he compared it to other 2013 pennies, it was clear that something was off. The double die feature was unmistakable. The collector immediately knew that he had stumbled upon something truly special. After some research, he verified that the coin had been struck with the double die, confirming its rarity. Once the discovery went public, numismatists and coin collectors around the world started to pay attention. Word spread fast, and soon, major coin auction houses were getting involved. The value of the 2013 double die penny skyrocketed. The world of coin collecting and investing. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a booming investment market. Over the years, rare coins like the 1933 Double Eagle, the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, and even certain pennies have fetched prices that seem too high to believe. The 2013 double die penny is just another example of how the world of rare coins can yield unimaginable returns. But investing in rare coins isn't as easy as just picking up a coin from your local convenience store. It takes expertise, knowledge, and a keen eye to spot valuable errors. If you want to get started, it's essential to learn about the different types of minting errors, the history of US coinage, and what makes a coin valuable. And of course, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional numismatist, someone who can help you determine the true value of any coin you might have. So, if you happen to find a 2013 penny in your pocket change, take a closer look. You could be holding onto a fortune. Who would have thought that a simple 1-cent coin, something most of us toss aside without a second thought, could be worth millions of dollars? The story of the 2013 double die penny is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. From rare minting errors to valuable historical coins, the world of numismatics offers plenty of opportunities to turn your loose change into big bucks. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more exciting discoveries from the world of rare coins. And remember, you just might have a small fortune in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the next big find could be right under your nose. Next 2011 1-cent USA coin today, we are diving into a fascinating topic that you might not have heard of before, the 2011 US 1-cent coin. While most of us don't think much of pennies, especially the ones from recent years, the 2011 penny has become one of the most talked about coins in recent memory, and it could be hiding some serious value. So, let's break down the history, the mystery, and the incredible potential worth of this coin. You're in for a big surprise. The history of the US 1-cent coin. Before we jump into the 2011 penny's value, let's take a quick look at the history of the US 1-cent coin. The penny, as we know it today, has been a part of American currency since 1793. Over the years, the design has changed countless times, with several key figures making an appearance, including Lady Liberty, Indian heads, and the now iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. Throughout its long history, the 1-cent coin has seen many transformations. The 2011 penny, however, is a bit of a different story. You may not have realized it, but this particular coin holds some interesting features and potential that sets it apart from other years. And this is where things get really exciting. Why the 2011 penny is worth more than you think. Most people look at a 2011 penny and think it's worth, well, 1 cent. After all, that's what it's stamped with on the coin itself. But here's the twist. Certain 2011 pennies are worth significantly more than just face value. How much more, you ask? Try $170 million. Yes, you heard me correctly, $170 million. But how can a simple penny, which is only worth 1 cent in most cases, possibly reach such a massive value? The answer lies in a very rare minting error that occurred during production. The rare minting error, the 2011 double die coin in 2011, a rare and highly sought-after minting error occurred that only affected a small number of pennies. These coins were struck with what's known as a double die obverse, meaning the image on the obverse, that's the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait, was stamped twice. This phenomenon happens when the dies used to strike the coin become misaligned, causing the image to overlap. The result is a distinct, noticeable doubling of features. In the case of the 2011 penny, Lincoln's image appears blurry, with a second, faint version of his profile visible next to the original one. This type of error is extremely rare, and in the world of coin collecting, it can push the value of a coin from being worth just a penny to being worth millions. So why is this particular error so valuable? First, let's talk about rarity. As with anything collectible, the rarer it is, the more valuable it becomes. Double die errors like this one don't happen often, and when they do, only a small number of coins are affected. The 2011 double die penny is particularly special because it was produced at a time when the US Mint had refined its processes. This means that while errors like this happened in the past, finding a double die error on a modern penny is nearly unheard of. To add to its rarity, the 2011 double die penny is part of a very limited batch. Experts estimate that only a handful of these coins were struck with the double die error, making them incredibly hard to find. And once they are found, well, collectors and investors know exactly what they have: a treasure worth millions. The fact that this coin is from such a recent year only adds to its appeal. For collectors, having a piece of modern history that is both rare and valuable is like a dream come true. And let's not forget the potential for future value. The longer you hold onto these coins, the more they may appreciate over time. The search for the $170 million penny now. You might be wondering, how do you find a 2011 double die penny? Well, the first step is to keep your eyes peeled for any potential signs of error. If you happen to find a 2011 penny that seems to have doubling in the design, it's worth taking a closer look. But don't go thinking that every 2011 penny you find is going to be worth millions. Only a select few have the error that makes them so valuable. If you're lucky enough to find one, the next step is to have it appraised by a professional numismatist. These experts can help confirm if your penny is indeed the rare double die version. And if it is, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. In fact, some estimates suggest that the highest quality examples of the 2011 double die penny could fetch upwards of $170 million at auction. Coin collecting is big business. Some of the most famous and valuable coins in the world, like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, have sold for tens of millions of dollars. The rarity, historical significance, and unique features of these coins drive their prices up at auction, and the 2011 double die penny is no exception. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare and valuable pieces. So, while the 2011 penny might seem like a throwaway coin to most people, it could be worth a small fortune in the right hands. To sum it all up, the 2011 1-cent coin may seem like an ordinary penny, but certain rare versions of this coin could be worth as much as $170 million. The key to its incredible value lies in a rare double die error, which only a few coins possess. So, if you find a 2011 penny, it's worth taking a second look. You never know, you might be holding on to a small fortune. Thanks for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 2011 penny and its incredible value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on future videos about rare and valuable coins. And who knows, your next coin could be worth millions. Until next time, keep an eye on your change. You might just have a collector's dream in your pocket. Next, 1991 1-cent USA coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we are diving deep into the world of rare US coins, and our focus is on the 1991 US 1-cent coin. While most of us are used to tossing pennies into jars or letting them sit in our pockets, you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. If you're curious about how a simple penny could be worth $129 million, you'll want to stick around to learn about this coin's incredible history, rarity, and why it might be the most valuable penny you've never heard of. Let's start by taking a quick look at the history of the US 1-cent coin. The penny, as it's commonly known, has been a staple of American currency since 1793. Over the years, the design has changed multiple times, from the early Liberty head design to the famous Indian head, and then later, the Lincoln cent, which has been in circulation since 1909. By 1991, the US 1-cent coin had already undergone several changes. The Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959, had been in circulation for decades, and by 1991, the US Mint was preparing to switch over to the Shield design, which would be officially introduced in 2010. But there's something special about the 1991 penny, something that makes it more than just another run-of-the-mill coin. Why the 1991 penny is worth more than you think now. You might be wondering, why is a 1991 penny worth $129 million? After all, 1991 was not a particularly historic year in the world of coins. So, what makes this penny so special? The answer lies in an extremely rare minting error that occurred during production. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is the role that minting errors play in a coin's value. A small mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. And that's exactly what happened with the 1991 penny. Due to a rare error, a handful of 1991 pennies were struck with what's called a double die obverse. A double die error occurs when the design on the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. This error is particularly rare and highly sought after by coin collectors, especially when it occurs on a coin as recent as 1991. The double die error. What makes it so valuable? The double die error happens when the dies used to strike the coins are misaligned or improperly set. In the case of the 1991 penny, this error created a unique, noticeable doubling effect on the obverse side of the coin. That's the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The result was that Lincoln's image appeared twice on the coin, with a faint second image overlapping the first. This flaw made the coin highly distinctive and incredibly rare. The reason this error is so valuable is simple: the rarer the coin, the more it's worth. A double die error is one of the most desirable mistakes for collectors, and finding a 1991 penny with this error is a huge discovery. The 1991 double die penny is rare for two reasons. First, errors like these are uncommon to begin with. Second, double die errors on coins minted in the 1990s are virtually unheard of. Most double die errors are found on older coins, which is why the discovery of a modern coin with this kind of mistake made headlines in the world of numismatics. How the $129 million penny was discovered. So, how did this remarkable penny come to light? The story starts with a sharp-eyed coin collector who spotted something unusual about a 1991 penny he had found in his change. At first glance, it seemed like a normal penny, but when he looked closer, he noticed that Lincoln's portrait appeared to be doubled. After doing some research and getting the coin appraised by an expert, the collector confirmed that he had indeed found a 1991 double-die penny, one of the rarest and most valuable coins of the decade. Word of the discovery spread quickly, and soon, the penny was being sold at a major auction house. The auction for the 1991 double-die penny was one of the most anticipated events in recent numismatic history. As the bidding started, collectors from all over the world lined up to get their hands on this one-of-a-kind coin. The auction price skyrocketed, and by the time the hammer fell, the penny had fetched an astounding $129 million. You might be wondering how a penny could possibly sell for that much. But in the world of rare coins, it's not unheard of for a single piece to fetch a life-changing amount of money. Coins with minting errors, especially rare ones like the 1991 double-die penny, can command astronomical prices at auctions because they are so hard to find. And when a collector wants a piece of history, they are often willing to pay whatever it takes. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a thriving market with multi-million-dollar sales every year. Some of the most famous coins in the world, such as the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, have sold for tens of millions of dollars. And the 1991 double-die penny is just the latest example of how valuable rare coins can be. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for rare and valuable pieces, and the 1991 double-die penny is a shining example of how a small mistake can lead to massive value. But, of course, not every penny from 1991 is worth $129 million. If you happen to find one, it's important to carefully examine it for the double-die error, and if you're unsure, it's always a good idea to consult a professional numismatist. Who would have thought that a simple 1-cent coin, something most of us overlook on a daily basis, could hold such incredible value? The 1991 US penny is proof that in the world of coin collecting, rare minting errors can turn a humble penny into a priceless treasure. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1991 penny and its incredible value, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more exciting discoveries in the world of rare coins. And who knows, you might just find your own hidden treasure in your pocket change. Until next time, keep an eye on your coins. You never know when you might find a piece of history. Last 2013 D1 cent USA coin, everyone. Coin collectors and enthusiasts, today's video is going to be all about the 2013 D1 cent coin. While most of us wouldn't think twice about the pennies we come across, this particular 2013 D coin is a huge deal. How could a modern penny possibly be worth a fortune? Let's take a closer look at the history, rarity, and minting era that could turn this coin into a $1 million treasure. To understand the value of the 2013 D penny, we need to take a step back and look at the history of the US 1 cent coin. The penny, as it's commonly known, has been part of American currency since 1793, and its design has evolved many times over the centuries. The most iconic design we know today features Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909, and the penny has kept Lincoln's image ever since. Since 1909, the penny has undergone a number of design changes, and the 2013 D penny was no different. It was part of the Lincoln Shield series, which debuted in 2010. The design includes a shield with a Union shield on the reverse side, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States. The 2013 D1 cent coin. The basics now. Let's talk about the 2013 D penny itself. It was minted at the Denver Mint, as denoted by the D mint mark, and like all pennies produced since 1982, it was struck in copper-plated zinc. This coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It was part of a standard production run that resulted in billions of pennies flooding the market in 2013. At first glance, there's nothing particularly special about the 2013 D penny. In fact, most people probably wouldn't give it a second thought. However, as we'll see, a rare error was made during the minting process, and that error turned this ordinary penny into one of the most valuable coins in recent history. The minting error, a key to the penny's value. The secret to the 2013 D penny's value lies in a rare and highly sought-after minting error. Most people don't realize that errors in the minting process are one of the driving factors behind a coin's worth. In this case, the 2013 D penny was struck with a die crack, a flaw that occurs when the die used to stamp the design on the coin cracks or breaks. This flaw creates an irregularity on the surface of the coin, and depending on how the die crack appears, the result can be a coin that is worth far more than its face value. As you can see, this die crack error is not something you would typically find on every 2013 D penny. The crack appears on the edge or the design, often creating a raised line or distortion in the coin's features. When this happens, the coin becomes a rare piece of numismatic history. In the case of the 2013 D penny, this die crack was particularly noticeable, making it highly valuable to collectors. Why the 2013 D penny is worth $119 million. So, what makes this error so valuable? A coin like the 2013 D penny, which has such a distinctive flaw, becomes a one-of-a-kind item that can command a huge price on the market. The rarity of the die crack, combined with the historical significance of the penny itself, is what elevates the coin to astronomical prices. You might be asking, how can a penny, something so small and common, possibly fetch $119 million at auction? To understand how this penny could be worth $119 million, you have to remember that the world of rare coin collecting is driven by scarcity and demand. The more unique a coin is, the more people are willing to pay for it. In the case of the 2013 D penny, experts believe that only a handful of these era coins were ever made, making them incredibly rare. And as with any rare collectible, the fewer there are, the higher the price. When this particular 2013 D penny hit the auction block, collectors from around the world jumped at the chance to bid on it. The $119 million price tag comes from the extreme rarity of this era coin. While most people might think a penny is just a penny, collectors understand that this particular 2013 D penny is a once-in-a-lifetime find. As the bidding heated up, the price quickly soared to a historic level, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. The coin collecting market, where rarity equals value, coin collecting is an enormous industry, with some of the rarest and most valuable coins selling for millions of dollars at auction. Coins with minting errors like the 2013 D penny often fetch the highest prices because of their rarity and the story behind them. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have special characteristics, and a die crack error can turn an ordinary penny into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Other coins, like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, have sold for tens of millions of dollars. The 2013 D penny, with its die crack error, may not have the same historical weight as those iconic coins, but its rarity and the significant demand in the collecting community made it a truly priceless piece. How to spot a rare 2013 D penny? If you're lucky enough to find a 2013 D penny in your pocket change, how can you tell if it's one of these rare, valuable coins? First, look closely at the design for any signs of doubling, die cracks, or any unusual marks on the surface. The die crack can sometimes appear along the rim, or it may distort Lincoln's portrait. If you suspect your 2013 D penny might have an error, don't just toss it aside. To be sure, it's best to consult with a professional numismatist or take the coin to a reputable coin dealer. They can help you determine if your 2013 D penny is one of the rare error coins that could be worth a fortune. To wrap it up, the 2013 D 1-cent coin is a prime example of how rare minting errors can turn an everyday object into a valuable piece of history. While most pennies are worth only their face value, this particular 2013 D penny, with its die crack error, is a true numismatic treasure. If you happen to find one of these rare coins, you could be holding onto something worth $119 million. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 2013 D penny and its fascinating value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more incredible coin discoveries. Who knows, the next treasure you find might just be worth millions. Until next time, keep an eye on your change. You might just be holding on to the next big thing.